Hello everyone, and welcome to our MusicMaster webinar. Today we're going to be talking about all the different ways that you can get assistance with the software. If you are watching this broadcast live, I would also recommend, if you have any questions, to use the questions panel over on the right-hand side in your GoToWebinar panel. We've got people who are standing by, who are ready to go, and we'll be able to answer those questions. And if you're not watching live, well, that would be the whole point of having this webinar. Normally I tell you some ways that you can get assistance, but that would be pretty much stepping on what you're about to hear. So instead of me doing it, I'm going to let Aaron Taylor tell you all about the different ways that you can get assistance with the program. Aaron?
Thank you, Jill. Today we are going to go over, as Jill mentioned, a variety of different ways that you can get either one-on-one help from your music scheduling consultant, help from our various web resources, and then finally the information that you can find readily in the MusicMaster Windows program. First of all, we're going to talk about the variety of different bits of information that would be helpful for you to gather before contacting us either by email, phone, or via one of our online resources. First of all, really important to point out, if you're not already familiar with or know who your MusicMaster scheduling consultant is, that would be really probably an important thing to find out. Number one, if you have a support contract that is in effect with us, and then number two, who is set up within your organization or your station cluster that is available to contact us, and then once that information has been established, finding out the information for your music scheduling consultant, their email address, their phone numbers, and then as the time warrants, making contact. Certainly if you want to do an introductory call to us or email to just kind of get acquainted, talk about your station, talk about your interest in MusicMaster and the things that you do, we'd be more than happy at any time to discuss those with you, as well as any formatic or goals that you have for the application. So that would be one thing, to make sure you know who you should be talking to up front if in fact you do have a support contract with us, so that you can get that one-on-one support that we love to provide our customers. If you do have issues at any point in time or questions regarding the software or something that you're seeing, some of the things that I'm going to talk about here right off the bat will be applicable to the particular situation. Some of them may not, depending upon the issues or questions that you might have. But I'm going to just go down a list here of things that would be very helpful for you right off the bat to look at and to have handy before you make contact with us, that can kind of expedite the process and give us information to help you in the most expeditious manner as possible. First of all, it would be very helpful to know right off the bat which version of MusicMaster Windows you're on. If you're on one of our earlier versions, say 2.0, 3.0, or the latest version, 4.0, or perhaps on our DOS program, it'd be great to know that right up front in the email or the communication that we get from you. If you're not certain of what version you're on, I'm going to go and highlight on the MusicMaster Windows program here today, but here is the fastest way to find out the version of MusicMaster Windows that you are currently running. You would go to, from the main menu of the program, you'd go to Help and About MusicMaster. That will pop up the box that will give you, right in the right-hand center of the screen, the current version of MusicMaster that you're on. And it's going to be helpful for us as well to know if there's any special versions that you're on, any service releases that we might have provided to you. If you're on something other than, say, straight 4.0, some other special version that we've provided to you, we'd want to know that as well so that we can take that into account as any special situations that might warrant. Additionally, information that would be helpful in the grand scheme of things would be to know your operating system. If you're on Windows XP, what service pack that you might be on. Gathering that information from the My Computer icon on your desktop can be helpful. That can also give you the information about the chipset that you're running, the processor, the RAM that you have, which would also be helpful information to have right up front. Other information that we may ask you, depending upon the issue that you may be experiencing, is whether or not all the Microsoft components are up to date on your program. There's a couple of different ways that we can find that right off the bat, and that may lead us directly into what your issue might be based upon the information that we see in what we call the system information inside of MusicMaster Windows. And to access that, also from the main context menu of the program, that's going to be under Help, and that's going to be accessed then at System Information. And what we're looking at here are the major Microsoft components that MusicMaster Windows needs to have to be able to run efficiently and effectively, and in some cases, run at all. So what we're looking for in this particular list, there's about 6 or 7 here in my major component list. On the left-hand side, you'll see a bright, colorful smiley face here. And what we want to see in most cases is going to be the green smiley faces here. If you see yellow or red smiley faces, typically what that means is either there is an out-of-date Microsoft component on your list, or if you're seeing a red smiley face as an example, that would be an example of a missing Microsoft component. So we'd want to make note of that, and you may want to just glance at that quickly to make sure that you're not seeing any yellow or red smiley faces right off the bat. If you're not able to access your MusicMaster program for whatever reason at the point that you make contact with us, there is another place that you can access the system information menu inside of your MusicMaster directory. Typically that would be on the CMMWin folder, and you'll find an executable file in your directory called mmsysinfo.exe. And that will also, if you double-click on that icon, will get you to the system information menu inside of your MusicMaster directory. Now, sometimes it's sufficient when we talk or you send the information or screenshot of your system information to know right off the bat if there is a component that we need to help you install. And some of those components can be accessed directly from our MusicMaster website. Some of them can easily be accessed as well from the Microsoft website. There may be instances where there's more detailed information that we want to gather from you for the particular issue that you're working on with us. And to get a more detailed version of the environment that your system is currently working under would be to gather the detailed system information, and that can be accessed and gathered by simply clicking on the icon in the left-hand lower corner here for Copy to Clipboard. Copy to Clipboard is going to take the information from inside of your system and gather a variety of information that's going to be helpful for us in documenting what the issue might be and making suggestions as to what a resolution for a problem may be. Once you copy to Clipboard, that is going to put that into a clipboard area that you can then, in fact, take into an email and copy and paste directly into email format or directly into a Word document or a Notepad document and send to us as well. And again, that will give us more detailed information that we can look at internally and look at with our developing team to determine what the issue might be. To do that, again, copy to Clipboard and then do a copy-paste into your Notepad document or your email, and then send that off to us when the case warrants. So system information, that's a helpful piece of information for us. If there is a problem that you have with your MusicMaster USB key, if it's telling you that there is some sort of a licensing issue or problem with it, another way that you can get information on that particular area of the system is going to be also from the main context menu, and that's going to be under Help. And you're going to want to then go down to the choice for User Registration. Now, there's some other information that's going to pop up here as well that is helpful to know who the key has been assigned to, but oftentimes what we're going to want to look at, number one, is whether or not your key registration has been expired, and that can tell you in the upgrade server portion of this here whether or not your key upgrade has been expired or if there's some sort of problem with your particular license for your key. Other information that we may ask for and may be helpful for you to gather right up front is going to be the serial number for your key. So internally we can check to make sure that the license is still in effect, that nothing has has happened to your license, that it's become corrupt, or anything possibly that may have happened. So that may be something that you want to look at if you still have access to that based on your problem or issue, is the MusicMaster key serial number. Gather that, make a screenshot of that. We like to suggest the Microsoft Paint is a good program to go through and copy and do screenshots of that information, and then paste that into a document or an email to us as the case warrants. Other general information that is helpful to have right up front based on the issues or problems that you're seeing are, in the larger scheme of things, any changes that you've made to your operating system, any changes that you made to your network or your individual PC. Perhaps you've reinstalled MusicMaster, the application. Perhaps you've installed other programs, other large programs that may in fact conflict with some of the components that MusicMaster uses. Perhaps you've installed a new virus scanner. Perhaps you've found that you've had a virus attack and some things have happened to your computer. It would be helpful to know that as well. And then in the MusicMaster database or program sense of things, it'd be helpful to know if you've made large changes to your database structure, if you've had any crashes or errors or seen some strange things, and even if you've made large changes to your rule tree or your clock structure, or you've made some various setting changes somewhere that maybe you were unsure of what they did. That could lead to the problem that you're now experiencing. And it would be helpful to know as much as possible about the scenarios and the things that have come to lead up to this point where you've contacted us for assistance. If you're seeing any kind of error messages on the screen, if when you're going to a certain area of the program and a box pops up with some information that maybe is unclear to you as exactly what it means, if you're able to screen capture those error boxes, or you're able to take a pen and quickly jot down the information, depending upon the situation, obviously you may be able to capture that. Maybe the program closes itself or goes away, or the error message goes away. Whatever you're able to capture from that is going to be helpful to us, as well as, again, maybe the exact steps that led up to this, and perhaps even if you're able to go through the exact steps that you went through to cause this particular error message to come up. If you're able to replicate the error message that you're seeing verbatim and do it repeatedly, we'd like to see that and like to know the steps as well. If you're able to contact us by the phone or email directly, and you have a MusicMaster consultant that you work with, certainly that would be great to go ahead and put all this information into an email. Another thing that is really helpful right off the bat is to give us as many points of contact to you as possible. Maybe not necessarily just to you if you find that it's an issue that maybe you believe is an IT-related issue. If you'd like to have us contact your IT or your engineering person directly. Perhaps you're the music director and you'd like to have us contact the program director directly. Give us that information, as well as contact numbers, times that you're on the air, perhaps times that you're available, as well as multiple points of contact so that we can get to you as fast as possible to work on resolution of your issue. Also, we'd like to know your MusicMaster machine, specifically whether or not it is in an environment where we're going to be able to look at it with you. Perhaps you've had the opportunity to work with us online together on a phone and the GoToMeeting sessions that we do, where we can both be together at the same time looking at your database and looking at the issues that you're experiencing, or looking at the machine-specific or the network-specific issues that you're experiencing. It'd be helpful to know as well if you have network connectivity to MusicMaster, internet connectivity as well, so that we can jump in with you and perhaps look at this online and experience the same issues that you're seeing, and answer any questions or ask additional questions about the steps that have led up to the problems that you're seeing. So that would be another helpful information to know. And if in fact your machine is shut off from the internet for various security reasons, we certainly understand that. If there's an opportunity to connect it temporarily, or there's other machines that we can access that are on the internet, that'd be helpful as well to know up front so that we can, again, get as quick a resolution to your issue hopefully as possible. I spoke earlier on at the very beginning about what your support agreement is. I want to talk just briefly about the support contracts and the way that support works with MusicMaster Windows. Now I'm going to speak specifically about the United States and Canadian plans. There are certainly some other areas with our partners and vendors across the world that this situation may vary perhaps, and obviously contacting your specific consultant or your specific rep in these regions may warrant an email or call as well if your situation sounds to be a bit different. If you have a MusicMaster support contract with us, what that does mean is then you have a support contract that is set up. You have a music scheduling consultant that has been assigned to your station or cluster, and the person or persons that are with your station that have been assigned to work with us are generally the people that are going to want to contact us directly for MusicMaster support issues. If you have an IT person or an engineering person that is involved with the project and needs to be involved in the call, they can certainly call with you or call in advance if it sounds like it, looks like it's going to be an engineering or an IT issue. But it'd be helpful to know who those persons are internally that are set up as the MusicMaster support contacts. MusicMaster support contacts can call us at any time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, if there is an issue with the program or questions in general that you have about the program. You can also email us directly at any time at our individual email addresses and get support at any point in time. If your station does not currently carry a support contract with us, you're on what we call perhaps email only, and you know that you're on email only or you're not sure of that, anyone that is email only or fully supported can also utilize our email only contact, and that is support@mmwin.com. So support@mmwin.com. Anyone, supported or not, can utilize that email address at any point in time and send us general information and general queries about the problems or issues that they're experiencing, and you will get a response generally within 24 hours or the next business day. So keep that in mind as well. Certainly if you have a support contract with us, a full support contract, don't even hesitate to contact your MusicMaster scheduling consultant right up front, either by phone or email, to let them know that you're experiencing an issue. If you're not certain of what your current status is, then a call might be warranted to our corporate office in Milwaukee. If you're outside of the United States or Canada, contact your direct rep at that particular agency, and they can tell you whether or not you are fully supported or not. Again, anyone at any point in time can use our email-only support@mmwin.com if you like. And if you have any questions at all about the plans, the costs associated, the different options for the program, the different options for anything that you're looking at, conversions or other things that you might be thinking about, please contact us at our Milwaukee office or our 800 number directly, or your various regions to find out information about the plans that are available to you in your various parts of the country. Again, email only and full support in general, U.S. and Canadian options there. Again, if you're in clear at all, either speak with your music scheduling consultant or our main offices. Next of all, I would like to go through and talk about the help that you can find yourself if you're looking for some sort of information or some sort of resolution to an issue that you're looking at, either a scheduling issue, a rules issue, or some sort of error or setup that you want to look at. I'm going to go through the different areas of the program. Certainly if you've spent any time at all with MusicMaster Windows at this point, hopefully you've had a chance to see the help icon here on the main context menu. If you have not had a chance to look at it, I just want to go through briefly and give you an overview of what's available and how this works so that you can go through and in your own time navigate through and maybe learn some more things about the program, but more specifically, as the situation warrants, be able to use this as a resource perhaps in before you contact us for further assistance. So that's going to be from the main context menu, and a couple different ways that you can get to this here and get different information depending on what specifically you know about your particular issue at this point. First of all, I'm going to click on Help and Contents. That's going to go ahead and take you to the general MusicMaster Windows book. From there, you can double-click on the MusicMaster for Windows, or the purple book icon here, and that's going to open you up to the different chapters of our help system, as well as some general information right off the bat, getting started, what's new in this particular version, and then various technical support subtopics. In each one of these books, each chapter has additional information and subsections. So if you're looking for just general information about the program, how it's put together, perhaps shortcuts that you want to use, other functionality that the program has, you may want to just double-click down to that book. If you're looking for information about the rule tree, double-click on that, and you'll find as you go through and thinking about the issues or questions that you have, you'll double-click on each one of these topics, and depending upon the area that you're accessing, there will be screenshots as well as really good, helpful examples about how this particular area of the program works. So that is definitely worth taking a look at. If you want to go through and just look at all of the different topics that are available to you in the book, you can certainly click on the index, and that will give you line by line each page in the help book. And again, that may be the way that you want to look for things. Maybe you're just looking for a specific keyword topic here on something, and you can go down through the list and look for it that way. You may want to do a search. Maybe you want to look at something in the rule tree, and you just want to type in under search, you want to type in rule tree, and go to that particular area of the program. You'll type in that, and then list topics, and it's going to give you that subsection that you can then access from there. So a lot of really helpful information in our help system, and also helpful to know that if you'd rather not read this on the screen, if you want to just print up various subtopics in the help system for future research or future reference later, you can go through and print topics. That will give you the option to go through and either print up just a portion of the help if you just want to print this one page, or you want to print up the whole section on this particular area of the help, you can do that as well, and you have those options under the search. So that's the help system. The other thing that's really neat about this that you may not know that is really kind of a helpful thing as you're going through the program, instead of having to back out, for example, I'm going to go ahead and just go into the sample database so you can see what we have here. I'm going to go into the schedule editor as an example. And say as you're working through the schedule editor, you just have a basic question about, say as an example, how to juggle a song, or how to make some sort of change to the view that you're looking at now. In many areas of MusicMaster, you will find that if you hit the F1 key on your keyboard, it will take you directly in our help system to that particular topic of the area of the software that you're working in. So instead of having to search through, you can hit F1 and it will jump you directly to that information for that particular area of the program that you're working in. So you can save a lot of time that way. So remember that F1 key. A lot of times it will take you directly to that. Sometimes, depending on where you are, it will generally take you to that area, but it will save you a couple of steps in getting to the help menu if you wish. Other things of note that you may notice when you open up your database for the first time, you may notice are MusicMaster tips, which are not necessarily all MusicMaster related. Some are fun musical trivia. There's a lot of just fun stuff in there that you'll note when you go up to File and Open Data Set and then go into your data set. The MusicMaster tips may pop up for you right off the bat. If you have those popping up now and you find those helpful, or you want to go through and look to see the entire list of helps and get the trivia and the other fun things that are here, you can simply click on Next Tip. You can click or unclick Show Tips at Startup. So if you don't want to see this box when your program opens, you can go ahead and disable this. I've got this particular database disabled from showing the tips. But once I've disabled them, they're still available under our Help subsection under MusicMaster Tips. So if you want to look at those at any point in time, you can go ahead and review those. A master list of those are also available as well in the MMWin directory under MM Tips. If you want to look at the entire list and print it out that way or review it, that's another option for you, certainly, under the MMWin folder. So that's another way to do that. Other things that you'll note from our help menu here, there is a variety of other information that may or may not be helpful to you in your particular instance, but it's here for you at any time. We mentioned the help and system information, the user registration, and just talked about MusicMaster Tips. Check for Update is the place where you would want to go to find out if there is a new version of MusicMaster Windows available to you, a new service release, a new version of the program can always be checked here to see if something's available to you under Help and Check for Update. That will take you to this screen and tell you whether or not there is a new version of the program available to you. And at this point in time, it will then tell you which is available and whether or not you want to jump to that particular version. And again, that's available for you at any point in time. Other things from the Help menu, if you want to immediately jump from MusicMaster, the application, into our MusicMaster website, which we'll go to here in just a couple of moments, you can click on Help and MusicMaster website, and that will directly take you to www.mmwin.com. So instead of having to open up a web browser, you can just click on the hyperlink here within MusicMaster, and it will immediately take you to our website. We'll go there in just a few minutes and talk about what's available on our support site, but I wanted to point that out as well, that you don't necessarily have to open up Explorer or Firefox or any other program that you might use for email or for web browsing. It's right available to you here within MusicMaster, the program. Release notes. If you want to find out a particular bit of information about a particular feature that you've heard may be included in the version that you've downloaded or installed, or perhaps when a particular feature was made available and a little more about what it does, perhaps you want to find about information about some of the things that we've made adjustments to in the program. The entire list of things that are available and changes that have been made to the MusicMaster program is always available to you under Help and Release Notes. That's also going to give you right off the bat at the very top, it's going to give you the versions, operating systems that MusicMaster is supported under, as well as the major Microsoft components that we saw under System Information that you're going to need to have, and the versions that you're going to need to have to be able to run MusicMaster Windows correctly. So that's right off the bat. And again, the revision history will go from the current version that you're running on your particular machine right up to the very first version of MusicMaster Windows that was released. So, and a lot of really cool information in there that you can find there, and maybe learn some new things about the program that you didn't know existed before. So that is available for you as well directly in MusicMaster Windows. Let's now jump to the MusicMaster website. Hopefully you've all had a chance to at least glance at our website and look to see some of the content that's in there. In this particular portion of the webinar, I'm going to go through all of the information that is up here that is relatable to getting help and finding out more information about MusicMaster, the program. Again, we can go to Help and MusicMaster website, jump to that, or we can open up our web browser and go to www.mmwin.com. And you may want to go ahead and put that in your browser and make a bookmark to it so that you have it accessed at any point in time. And it's going to go ahead and open up then to our main web page here. And you'll see the different sections on the side here. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to look at the different areas that are help and support related with you and talk about the different ways that you can access this information and what's there so that you'll know moving forward what's available to you when the time warrants. Under the support subsection, we're going to go ahead and start with that first. There are three topics here that we'll look at and talk about in depth. Under support, there is the tech support subtopic, the customer login, and then the webinar the webinar page. Let's first of all go to support and tech support and talk about what is available there. Once we get to this particular page, it will give us a couple of different links here to not only our U.S. and Canadian site, but also our international portal. Our U.S. and Canadian customers should go ahead and click on the U.S. Canada Client Support Center. If you're outside of the United States or Canada, I want to suggest that you click on the International Service Center. We'll talk about each one in depth and what's there in just a few moments. Other things that are available to you on this page, as I spoke about earlier, email support available to anyone, 24 hours a day and 24-hour response time or next business day. That is a support@mmwin.com. That link is here. If you go ahead and click on it, it will hyperlink to your email program and open that up so you can go ahead and compose an email to us and tell us what your questions or your issue is. So that's a really helpful way, if you can't remember our email address, to just go there and click on that, and it will bring up your web program that will allow you to write an email. Hopefully you've had a chance to do a go-to-meeting with us where we look at your program together online and look at the issues or questions you have. This is also another great way to work with your music scheduling consultant to do some training about maybe some areas of the program that you're not familiar with. Maybe you're a brand new user to MusicMaster and you want to spend some time going over the schedule editor or library maintenance. We'll often tell you or ask you to go to our MusicMaster website and go to support, where you're able to go to a go-to-meeting session. We'll be able to give you a numbered code that will allow you to launch, just like we're doing here today pretty much, and look at your database together with your music scheduling consultant. And we find that this is a really helpful way to talk about the program, answer questions, and look at the kind of things that you're having issues with or questions about, and making sure that we're all on the same page, as it were, and make sure that we're able to get you the help and the information that you need right off the bat. So that's what you find under the support page here. Let's go ahead and go back one step and talk about what else we have under the subsection here of support. We have the customer login page, which is going to take us directly then to a page that will allow us to log into our support site. So we'll go ahead and wait for this to come up. And you'll see a username and password box here. Now, if you're not already set up in our system with a username and password, don't worry about that. A lot of times we'll have emails or calls from our users that will say, you know, I've gone to your website and I want to get some information from support, but I don't have a username and password. Can you help me out? And we can certainly help you out. And you know, there's a couple of different topics inside of your MusicMaster program that can help you determine what you need to do here. But the simple answer is, if you're not already set up with a username and password in our MusicMaster website, you can set yourself up in just a couple of easy steps. And to do that, we'll want to go ahead and click on the hyperlink down below for Create Account. So again, if you've not set up a username and password, or someone else within your organization has not set you up with this, you're going to want to go to Create Account. So you go ahead and click on that, and it's going to bring up a form that you'll want to fill out all the basic information about your station, about the city of license that you're in, really basic information. The biggest part here to know is you create your own username or password. So whatever you'd like your username and password to be, you go ahead and establish that here. And once you've done that, once you've filled out the information here, and you feel like that's the information that you're able to provide, you go ahead and click on Sign Up. That then goes out to our web administrator, who will review the application that's been sent to us, and shortly thereafter, you'll get an email back from us indicating that your application has been accepted. Once you get that email notification from us, you're free to go back into the login page under the username and password and put in the information that you signed up with and access our MusicMaster support resources. Other boxes here that you may decide you want to access or to click on property-wise, if you'd like the program to remember your username and password for 60 days, you can certainly check in that box. If you'd like to use extra security in this particular area, which basically ties your IP address to your username and password, you can do that. not necessary, but an option if you feel like you need to use that as well. So we can jump back to the MusicMaster main support page from here. If we've forgotten our username and password, a lot of times we'll get emails or calls from people asking us what our username and password is. I've forgotten it, or I've forgotten my password. If you'd like to go ahead and reset your password, you can go ahead and do that, and just click on the Reset Password box here. This will pop up another box that will allow us to take your email address and send you a password reset. Then we'll allow you to go ahead and put a new password in so that moving forward you'll be able to access the resources of the support site. So again, if you've forgotten that. If you've forgotten your username and password completely, it would probably be best for you to email or call your MusicMaster scheduling consultant to find out what that information is, and or set up a new account for yourself under a new email address. So I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to log myself into our MusicMaster portal and talk about the information that's available to you here and just generally orientate you with what's here. Again, I'm just going to type in my username and password, and it's going to then take me directly into the support site where there's a lot of other interesting and helpful resources. It'll take me just a second here for this information to come up, and I'm going to go ahead and let it remember my information, and then I'm going to go directly into the support page. So on the left-hand side of the MusicMaster support site here, once we've logged into the secure area, you're going to see different subsections for the different various versions of the program you might be working under. We have some downloads for our earlier versions of the program, the DOS version and the LT, and then MusicMaster Windows. And on each one of these 4 topics here, I'm going to go through and just look at with you the different things that are available for you. Right off the bat here in the general section, if you don't get our MusicMaster newsletter, or you've missed a newsletter from us in the past, or you've missed one of our important documents about versions that are available, that's available to you right here on the general page for what's new. So our April newsletter is available here, as well as the information about version SR15 under 4.0 that's available, and give you information about what has been added to the program in that particular version. So let's go over now then to MusicMaster Windows section and talk about what's available under the Windows subsection of the support site. We're going to go to Downloads here first. And this is the place that you'll want to go to if you need to install MusicMaster Windows on a new machine and you've either misplaced or lost your initial installation disk, or since you installed the program initially, you've perhaps upgraded to 4.0 or another version. This is going to be the place where you can download to your desktop or another place on your network the full executable of the latest version of the program. It's also going to give you the informational notes about what's changed in this particular version. A new features version in general for version 4.0 is available. And if you need specific drivers, again, we looked at system information earlier and looked at the yellow and red smiley face perhaps on our system information, and found that we needed Microsoft Jet Engine or ActiveX or something else. Again, your MusicMaster scheduling consultant can help you determine what specifically it is that you need and the best course of action to download and update these components. But you'll find that under that particular section of the site that we have the Jet Engine, we have the script control, we have the drivers for your USB key, a lot of other helpful drivers and information that is going to sometimes be necessary for you to add in to your particular machine to make MusicMaster work efficiently. So those can all be accessed from the support site, the Microsoft components, as well as, like I mentioned earlier, the latest version of MusicMaster, whichever version you're currently working under, be it 4.0, 3.0, 2.0, or 1.0, they're all available for you at any point in time. So if, again, new machines are deployed or a machine has had some issues and you needed to rebuild it or reinstall things, just a quick trip to the support site and download will get you all fixed up. And again, if you have any questions at any point in time about what's up here or what would be the appropriate version for you, please contact support@mmwin.com or your music scheduling consultant directly. A lot of times we get questions about where a particular user can purchase a hardbound paper version of the guide, the MusicMaster Help. That again is in the MusicMaster system under Help, and if you'd like a paper-bound version of that guide, if you click on User Guides within the MusicMaster Windows subsection here, you'll see that there is a link that will take you to basically an on-demand publisher that will give you the option of purchasing a version of the Help for either the 3.0 or the 4.0 version, whichever version you're currently on. There's a nominal cost for that, but if you'd like to have a copy of that book, you can go ahead and click on that on-demand publisher and order that manual and have it sent to you in a short period of time. For our engineers or IT folks, there's a more comprehensive document available here, a PDF document that's available to you about MusicMaster from an IT standpoint. Perhaps you're running a network scenario, or you're running a USB key license manager and you want to get information about how that particularly would work, or other information or documentation that you need to set that up and deploy it correctly. MusicMaster IT Guide is a great resource for those technical folks if they would like to look at that either once they've installed MusicMaster, or if you're thinking about or you're about to put MusicMaster Windows within your plant. You may want to go ahead and download that particular document and review that and let us know if you have questions. So that's under the User Guide subsection. Newsletters, all of the newsletters that we typically send out to folks under the email address that they're registered for under our support site are archived here. If you've missed a couple, if you've just become a user of the program and you want to go back through and read up on all these, there's incredible resources here from the folks here at the company about different areas of the program with lots of helpful little tidbits and help. There's also some news about the program and new users. A lot of fun to go through and review those from time to time. So that's under the newsletters subsection. And then finally, let's go ahead and talk about another really great help resource that's available to anyone under the support side, and that's our training videos. A lot of times we'll get emails or calls from folks that are brand new to the program and they're not really sure where to start. They want to get up to speed on MusicMaster. They've got lots of different things they're doing. Maybe they're transitioning from another program. They're on the air. They've got lots of other duties that they have to perform, and they're really worried about how they're going to be able to get up to speed and make the transition in the most efficient way possible. We've made it really easy for you under our support site to kind of dive in and dive out of the different topics that you know maybe you're interested in or know that you're going to have to work with. And so we've got, as you can see here, and I'm going to scroll down the list, there's a variety of different sections here of the different areas of the program that we can access. So say, for example, we want to get information about putting in songs to the library. I'm going to go ahead and just bring up one of these so you can kind of see how this works. And what you're going to see is it's going to launch inside of your browser. It's going to launch a video and audio presentation that's going to give you information about that particular area of the program. It's going to go ahead and read the information to you and also give you screenshots of the program as you're going through.
And so on. We think the simplest way is to open a music category and use the red plus sign icon.
Hopefully you can hear that. There's also audio attached to this. If you have your speakers on, you will hear the documentation being read to you as well as demonstrated to you for each area of the program. So again, the great thing about these is not only are you hearing it and seeing it, but you can dive in and kind of pick and choose these. They're only about a minute or so each. Some of them are upwards of maybe 2.5 minutes, but really simple to dive in as your time allows to go through and look at these things and get up to speed on the various areas of the program that you know that you're going to have to work with. So I encourage you, if you've not had a chance to look at some of these, and maybe there's some areas you just haven't worked with yet, to go in and fully utilize the training videos. Great resource there for you as well, and available to you at any point in time. And you can, again, access those from your work machine, your home machine, whatever your time allows. Go ahead and check those out at some point in time. Inside of our support portal as well, is our live chat. Hopefully you're aware that this is also a resource available to you for full supported people as well as email-only people. You can go into live chat, and basically what you can do is you can go ahead and click on that, and if you'd rather try to access one of our support professionals right off the bat and ask a quick question, a really general question about something that's going on or an issue that you're having, you can go ahead and log into our support site and click on live chat and talk with one of us one-on-one about the issue that you're having. Now clearly if the issue that you're seeing kind of lends itself to a phone call or an email or more communication, in-depth and one-on-one, perhaps live chat is a great starting point, but it may not be the best resource to get an in-depth issue resolved regarding a problem that you're seeing with your program or your database, or a question perhaps that you have with your rules or a scheduling program. Live chat can be a great starting point to get some basic information started or just get a quick question answered. And again, that is inside of our support portal under the general section here. So a ton of really great resources available to you under this section as well. Going to go back out here to the support site and go back to our support subsection here and go to the webinars. Obviously, if you're listening to and viewing this now, you know about our webinars. If you want to look at the previous webinars that we've conducted and listen to them and view those at your leisure, all the ones that we have available up on our website are available, and this is not a login necessary place at this point in time. You can go ahead and go to support and webinars and view any of our past seminars. There's a ton of helpful information in here. All the different areas that we've covered over the course of the last couple of months have been archived and saved here for you, so you can view those. Again, in the same way that we looked at the help topics, the web viewer will pop up and the video and audio will play, and you can watch those at your leisure for as long as you wish to, and pick through the topics that you're interested in as your time allows. So encourage you to check those out. If you missed any of our webinars in the past that you wanted to check out, we've got some great guest speakers that we've had. Joe Knapp, the president of the company, has done some great ones, as well as myself and some of the other MSCs here, music scheduling consultants, have given some really in-depth topics that a lot of people ask us about, and it's worth checking out at your leisure. Other things that can be accessed from our mastermmwin.com site that may be of use to you and of interest to you are going to be our MusicMaster Blog. That is accessed under the company blog section, and you will find not only are there some topics from time to time about MusicMaster the program, but music-related information, industry-related things that you can certainly feel free to chime in on and comment and contribute to. That's a kind of a nice resource, and that's updated from time to time. Our MusicMaster Forum is available from the company section as well here, so company and forum, we'll go ahead and go to that. A lot of folks like to use this as a supplemental or another way to get information about the program. Perhaps they want to interact with other MusicMaster users and kind of share ideas and get information about something that they're thinking about doing. Our MusicMaster scheduling consultants also will access this site from time to time as well and attempt to answer the questions you have and offer advice and resources. I'm going to go ahead and show you what is in here. So again, username and password, you can go ahead and set yourself up with that on the website here as well. And let's just go ahead and briefly look at what's available to you under the board index. And we're going to go ahead and go to MusicMaster Windows. So you can see there's information here. Of some folks have asked about various processors, about setting up MusicMaster reconciliation, a variety of different topics here. So you may want to dive into the forum and just kind of browse through and read about the questions that some of our other users have had and the answers to those from either other users or our music scheduling consultants. Again, a tremendous resource here, and that is accessed directly from our MusicMaster support site at mmwin.com. So you can either go ahead and bookmark that directly, or you can launch to that off of our MMWin site. So I'm going to go ahead and go back then to the home page. And again, that's all available for you here at mmwin.com. If you're one of our users or customers outside of the United States or Canada, you may want to go ahead and set up and look at our MusicMaster International Portal. And that is going to be accessed as well from our MusicMaster website. But again, that is under www.mmwinisc.com. That will take you to our international portal. And they have a lot of the same resources available to you here right on their main page. There is news information as well as the login to support. So username and password, much the same way. If you want to go ahead and set up a login to that, you'll fill out the form, give the information, your email address, your station information, your phone number, and submit that. And the application will then be reviewed, and a response will come back to you with the information about accessing the support portal. You'll note also from our international portal, if you're more comfortable in a language other than English, we have French, Spanish, and German support up here as well. So you're able to to read in those languages. Other things that are available to you from the international support portal are going to be the various international contact numbers. If you're outside of the continental U.S. and you're in a different country and you're not certain of who you are to contact vendor-wise or in the specific country that you reside, the entire list of contacts within the countries that we have agreements and vendor and support agreements with are available to you under our international portal. Other things that are really kind of neat here that are available to you as well, there's a link to click on to join our newsletter list if you want to go ahead and click on that. Certainly if you want to join our newsletter list and you're not already receiving them from us, a quick email to support@mmwin.com will get you set up, or the international portal here again can get you that information. Also on this page they have under the support information, they've got a link to GoToMeeting as well. So if you need to do a GoToMeeting with the folks on the international portal, they're able to also do a GoToMeeting session with you if you'd like. And that is here on the right-hand side of the international page with the meeting ID, and then you just simply click on GoToMeeting, and the application will update and open for you, much like it has today when you're working on the webinar with us at this time. Again, want to just wrap up. The very most important thing I think to know, besides all the various great resources that we have available to you, is your MusicMaster support arrangement, who you're working with, who that person is, their contact information, and so that you can access them and correspond with them whenever need be. And certainly don't be afraid to call us or email us anytime, and support@mmwin.com is available for you at any point as well. Other things that you may want to be aware of or find out about, we do offer on-site training. Speak with your MusicMaster scheduling consultant or your sales or support rep in the country that you reside to find out about those options. If you'd like to have someone come out to your facility and give one-on-one on-site training with your various staff and answer questions and talk about your specific instances and installations, we'd be more than happy to give you the information about that, provide a quote if it's something you're interested in. Also, you'll find out from time to time that we host in various cities around the world our Genius seminars. Some of our developers and Joe Knapp a lot of times, and some of our other folks in the various international communities will come and give the topics and go through the program, give some perhaps higher level seminars about things that people are interested in, and do some one-on-one database questions and consultation and things like that. So that's definitely something to be aware of, and watch our websites for when those are hosted, and encourage you to, if you can, attempt to join us. And also watch for us at the various trade shows, and make contact with us if you can. If you know you're going to be at, say, NAB or any of the other various trade seminars, to find out where we're going to be and attempt to make contact so that we can meet, talk about your questions, talk about the program, and get to know you a little bit better. So with that, I want to hand things back to our meeting organizer here and our support manager, Jill Sorensen. I thank you very much for your time, and hopefully this has been a lot of helpful information for you to get help about MusicMaster Windows. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aaron. Help on the help. Yes, there is a lot, and there are a lot of resources available to you. This is normally the point where I say, you know, if you have any questions, contact your music scheduling consultant or email us here. It almost seems pretty redundant. Aaron has just gone through and talked about all the different ways that you can get assistance, and certainly that personal contact, if you have that available to you, is your #1 best way. We love talking with our customers and finding out all the new and interesting things they're doing with our software and how things are going in their market and all that kind of information. So don't hesitate to contact us no matter what method you choose. We are here. We are available. We love talking to you. We thank you for using MusicMaster. My name is Jill Sorensen. As Aaron said, I'm the product support manager here. We thank you for using our software, and have a terrific day.